Blokees Transformers, these are cute little figures, but are they worth it for adult collectors? Each Blockade comes in a mystery box where you have to build each Transformer. We'll be comparing the G1 figures to the Transformers 1 figures because that's gonna be the video I decided. We'll even be disassembling and reassembling them to make cursed figures like a madman. Well, let's open up this first box and see what's in there. First up, Optimus Prime, or Orion Pax, I guess. This is really well done, and the colors stand out.
Amazing.
A lot of the sculpt work on here is really good, and what minimal detail there is also very nice. I think the face sculpt is fairly accurate to what we saw in the movie. The movie accurate decals look really cool. Further down, the sculpt work on the legs is done really well, and over here at the back, it's fairly simple, but we have his little backpack piece over there. This is just one of the many figures we're going to take a look at. There's Megatron, Soundwave, Elita 1, and they made her kind of thick. All these Blokees figures are going to have the same articulation, back and forth head movement. I don't know why you'd want to do that. But no, seriously, overall you can get a pretty good level of articulation with these Blokees figures. It's fairly standard to a lot of other action figures out there, and with it you can get a wide variety of pretty good poses. Now this Optimus does come with an accessory. The Matrix of Leadership is a bit too yellow for my taste. It does come with a little mining accessory that you can attach onto him. I'm curious as how it compares to the G1 Optimus when we get to that. Alright, what could this next one be? This looks like, okay, this is Megatron. Here is Megatron, or D16, technically. You can definitely see anger and hatred in that face. So the building process for all of these Blokees is pretty much the same. So that makes building them a breeze, despite it being very tedious because I had to build 30 of these for this video. It also means you can mix and match some parts, so here's D16 with Optimus Prime bits. And I made some more cursed stuff later on, which you'll see in this video. Okay, now back to D16. This one has a lot of great detail on it that I really like. The sculpt work on here is also really nice. It does come with his sort of jetpack backpack, which is a really cool touch to have. I think the head sculpt is accurate but a little cartoonified, but the basic design is done very well. I love the touch of the Megatronus decal. Coming over to this area, a lot of the detail and paintwork is amazing. I like how we have this exposed section for where the T-cog would be. Coming down to the legs, they do look very much like his original G1 design with a little bit of paintwork going on. Now a lot of the Blokees figures do tend to be pretty solid despite them being buildable figures. There are some issues here and there where like pieces will pop off, so be careful of that. Here is Bumblebee, and this seems like the version of him after he gets his T-cog. Once again, I do feel like the face is a little bit too cartoonified, but overall, the rest of the head sculpt is really good. And once again, I'm having trouble like connecting the pieces here. But coming down to the chest, I think it's very accurate to what we saw in the movie. This one comes with one of his Energon blades, which is a nice touch to add. I really like the sculpt work over here. We can replace his hand with a blaster. All right, so let's take his arm off and his arm off. We'll put his head here, this arm there. And here we have our first cursed Transformer. Right, let's take this off and assemble this to make something cursed. Here's our second cursed figure. Now you may have guessed it, yeah, these Blokees figures don't transform, but they are a great introduction for Transformers fans to get into the world of model kit building. These are genuinely really fun.
Come here, little cretin. You want a piece of me? You want a piece? No, I want two.
Here we have Soundwave. This one looks really cool, probably one of the best looking ones. I think his headpiece looks really good with the mono eye and some of the detail inside there. And we have the Decepticon insignias on the shoulders. What I do really like is how the chest piece is done and the little bits of detail we can see in here through the translucent plastic. The abdomen area is done very well. And all the arm pieces all the way down to the legs also look really, really nice. Coming over to the back, that is how he looks. Now Shockwave does come with his arm accessory, but so basically one of the issues I'm having is that when I take off his arm, it's really hard to actually get this joint out, but you need to take this out so I can attach the arm piece. But for now, I'm just going to take this off and attach something to that later. And here we have Soundwave, probably one of my favorite Decepticons, and I love the way his design is over here. He's just got like a lot going on to him, and I think it's really cool. Like the rest of the Transformers 1 figures, he is very reminiscent of his G1 design. The head sculpt is so iconic on Soundwave, I think. He does come with his little shoulder cannon. This can come out if there isn't any sort of like cassette player accessory for him. I love the sort of retro 80s design inside here, as well as the yellow designs here. I also love how the shoulders are speakers, and the cassette buttons on the crotch. That's how the legs look like. We'll be taking a look at a G1 Soundwave later. I'm gonna take his arm off for the cursed Optimus Prime build later. For now, I'm going to add these Soundwave bits to Shockwave to get this cursed monstrosity. And next up, we have Elita 1. Her building process was really different. This is also the cogless version. What I really like are the colors on her. They did that very well. A lot of nice detail in the head sculpt. Coming over to the back, she does have her backpack. I think it's kind of funny how they kind of caked her up. And she comes with the deer. It can't really do much. Okay, so this one is actually Megatron, and let's compare him to his original D16 version. As you can see, quite an upgrade. The sculpt work is just entirely different. I really like this one a lot. So now he has red eyes instead of yellow. I love the way the chest area is done. Now we have the actual Decepticon insignia on there. His shoulder pads look really nice like this. What's really awkward is that he comes with this like extra accessory piece that's supposed to go here. I think that looks kind of dumb, so I'm gonna take that off. And coming over, we have his cannon, which looks really badass. This is a very nice looking cannon. And coming down, we basically have his G1 style legs. Anyways, here's my cursed whatever the hell this is. Next up is Alpha Trion. It's a lot more of a rounder appearance than some of the other ones, especially in the body and the shoulders. I do really love the details they put on the legs over here. Starscream, I love the way this one looks. Just look at all that detail and paintwork. A pretty good looking head sculpt over here. The shoulders as well as the chest and abdomen area look really good. The legs are also done very well. Even the wings on both sides have a good amount of detail. I'm going to take his wings off for my Optimus Prime build later. Now let's take a look at the G1 figures. We have the smaller ones and then the bigger ones. We'll start with the smaller ones first. Alright, let's see what's in this one. Ooh, Hot Rod. He is so small. This one looks absolutely adorable. He looks really good. I'm very impressed by this. Face sculpt is really good. I like how he comes with his little saw weapon for cutting pizza, and his blaster is very detailed. I like some of the just little bits of car detail over here, and then coming down, the leg sculpt is done very well. Over the back, we have a spoiler, which is really nice. I really do like this version of Hot Rod. Oh, Grimlock. Okay. Once again, this is really cute. The head sculpt on here is done incredibly well. I love the blue visor. It feels very accurate to the G1 show. The decals on this really make it pop. This is his torso for his dino mode. And you can even see the tiny T-Rex hands. That's great. All right, let's take a look at this next one and see what it is. All right, here we have a vehicle mode for Nemesis Prime. I think it looks pretty good. Personally, I prefer the robot mode ones over the vehicle mode ones. Okay, so we have another vehicle, the Constructicon Scrapper, the Constructicon Scrapper. It looks pretty cool. Oh, and here we have Tiny Shockwave. I love the translucent purple on here. We have his mono eye and his little chest boobies over here. A little too flat, I think. I think Shockwave should have a bigger uniboob. All right, now here we have the robot mode of Nemesis Prime. He looks so chibi and cute. His blaster is gigantic compared like proportionally to the rest of him, but his head sculpt is done very well. I like the accurate decals over here with the cracked window. The purple color is very nice. It's nice to have this in both modes. And here is Jazz. Oh my god, this one I think looks very funny. His head is absolutely massive compared to the rest of his body. It does have the accurate decals. This one's fairly simple but really cute. And here we have Skywarp. He has a very big forehead. A very good Seeker mold. They have the wings backwards for this one for some reason. Right, we'll do these ones together. We have Mixmaster and Long Haul. I actually saw a truck that looked like Mixmaster while I was in Japan. I like how the front over here looks. They did that very well. This can spin, which is really nice. And Long Haul over here at the front looks really good. Some nice detail at the top. Alright, and now we got my favorite, Soundwave. This is the best looking one out of the entire pack. The colors on this are absolutely gorgeous. The head sculpt is amazing. He has his tiny little blaster. The little details on his chest, the cassette player buttons, and all the way down to his legs look absolutely phenomenal. He even comes with a little Ravage, which is great. And now we have Gold Megatron. And when I did my initial Blokees review, I got the gold set, and I thought they were absolutely terrible because there was a lot of paint chipping happening. This one doesn't seem to have that issue because it's not paint, it's all a gold plastic. So though, this is also my least favorite one out of this pack. I'm really glad these Blokees figures are much better than the gold ones I had. Now let's move on to the larger G1 Blokees. Let's see what's in here. Here is Megatron. I do like a lot of the detail they managed to put on him. The sculpt work is done really well. The back looks pretty good. I think he's, wait a minute, hold on. Whoa. There we go, his waist was backwards. But yeah, this one looks really good. I think I like a lot of these larger ones more than the smaller ones. There's G1 Megatron with the Transformers 1 Blokees. I'm really digging the design differences between the two. So obviously the Transformers one is going to have a lot more detail while the G1 one is going to have less detail, but they both look really good. Let's take his arms off for now and do something later with all this. And bam, here is Optimus Prime. This one is really good as well. Stick around for his cursed build at the end of the video. I love the vibrant colors on him. The reds and blues really stick out. I love the cybernetic detail on the chest. That is really cool. A lot of the G1 accurate details are there, which is great. Like the symbols on the arms. This is how it looks from the back. Looks pretty clean. He does come with his Iron Blaster and his Energon Axe, and I love some of the techno detail on here. Comparing him to his Transformers 1 version, I think both of them look really great. I think I prefer the closed mouth version, and this is kind of meant to be more Orion packs. I actually want to swap out these arms and put them on Megatron. Okay, and that's how that is. That's actually not too bad. Now we have Prowl. I think Prowl is one of the coolest looking Autobots in Transformers, and I think the Blokees team managed to really capture that very well on this. There's a lot of stickers on him, a lot of decals. All aspects of him look really good. They put a lot of detail in the doors at the back. Okay, here's our cursed little Megatron Shockwave Prowl. That's really something. This is Blue Streak. It's the same exact one as Prowl. Just basically redecoed, completely different colors. I do want to say, if we zoom in on the chest, we do have some nice grill detail, and a lot of this like front bumper section is done really well. So here's Ratchet. Oh fuck, he's falling apart. He's okay, yeah, this one's pretty basic, just kind of like how the design is supposed to be. I like the heartbeat monitor on his chest. Here's Ironhide, and as you can see, it's pretty much the same as Ratchet. Not the biggest fan of the cracked window. I'm gonna take his leg off for Optimus Prime later. So now we have Skywarp and Thundercracker. The head sculpts on both of them are really nice. I do like the G1 accurate detail up here at the front. Some great detail down over here in the legs. And here is Jazz. So I really do like this one. The door wings at the back look great. A lot of the detail up here at the front over here looks really fantastic. I like the added detail of the wheels on the side and at the top. Alright, let's combine all these pieces to see if we can get a really cursed build. And there's our goofy ass looking Optimus Prime. Now if you enjoyed this video over here, check out this other video over here that you might enjoy.